Welcome to my YouTube channel. I really welcome you guys to this channel for the love and support all you guys have shown me, the returning viewers, the subscribers, and everyone who have shown support in any way to make sure that this channel grows and gets better, day by day. I really appreciate that. If you guys have watched my last video, you will find that the adventure that we went wasn't, yeah, it was successful because we came back alive and nothing happened to us. But we had a loss in it. It was an amazing adventure that everyone could, wish to experience. But the most interesting part of this adventure is something that I lost. I lost in this filming. I really lost. So I'm making this video to apologize to you guys. That is the most important part of this video that I'm making now, is to apologize and making sure that such thing will never happen again. Because for someone to go for an adventure like this and missing that most interesting part of the adventure is not really a good one at all. It's not really a good one. So I'm making this video to apologize for that. What really happened that day was when we started the adventure, the hiking. So when we get to the elevation stage, that is the first elevation. It's I'm not just alone. I went there with my friend that's from secondary school over the 13 years that we have not seen each other. So when we started the hiking itself, I gave that was okay. When we're at the 79 feet, I started filming and I made sure that everything is intact. So even the rope, the handle, I made sure that everything is just tied to my hand, just as I just did now. You can see this. So I made sure everything is intact. But I don't know how reality made it, or is it how reality wants it to be. Getting towards the descending part of the adventure, when we finish the 45 feet height and the 79 feet, then at that moment you start descending. That's when you start descending. I have to give that is towards the exit rather. I gave my camera to my friend to capture some other moments that are behind me. So when I gave him the camera, so getting to a point where when we got to the exit, towards the exit, so he had to call my attention and he told me that the camera is about to shut down, which is just like 3 to 5 seconds remaining. So there's nothing I could do. I managed to press the saving button to make sure that the fire is saved. So all my hope was that everything is saved, so I can still get some of this fire, I can still get it back. But when we get back, in our relaxation place, there's this place that we went and we're just relaxing, chilling there. So I have to check this file if it's properly saved. So when I checked, I couldn't find this file there. And this file, or this part of this adventure, is the most important part of the adventure. So anybody who has been to this place and have been to this Lekki Conservation Center will understand what I'm saying. So this is the most interesting part of the adventure. If you lose this part of this adventure, you have lost everything. It's just like, though I know that other parts of this adventure is still interesting, but this is the most interesting part of the adventure. For me, anybody that is going there, this is the most the target part of the adventure that he or she wants to experience. So I checked the file, I couldn't find the file again. So there's nothing I could do. I searched if maybe possibly there are 2 or 3 places that is hidden or it gets attached with other files, but nothing. I couldn't find anything again. find anything. So I told myself, and my friend told me that definitely we have lost the file, and it's nothing we can do. So though I got into a point, he had to tell me, though he told me that okay, let's go back and check if we can, get access to this place. But the funny part of everything is that we are already out of this place. We are already out of the environment, or the place rather. So going back again, definitely we have to make another payment that will give us access, and they will not give us another tag to represent that we are here and we have made our payment. So I started considering some other things, some factors there, because I don't have much cash with me again. Even both of us, we don't have much cash. So I try to avoid that, because the little money we have in our pockets, if we use it to go back to film this part of this adventure, definitely we'll sleep outside, you understand? So we'll sleep outside. So I told him it's better we leave. Maybe some other time we can still, find our way to this place and possibly capture this that moment again. Who knows? Someday we'll still go back to the place, and maybe in one way or the other we can still find ourselves there. But the promising thing, one thing I'm promising now is that I will make sure that I get back and capture that amazing part of this adventure, because I know this is what I am supposed to bring to this channel, and make sure that you guys are entertained. It is my responsibility to make sure that everything is intact. So I really apologize for that, for the lost file. And I know most of you have watched the video and you'll be asking, where is this part of this video? What happened to this part of the video? So this is just the story behind everything that happened, that played, that led for us to lose the file. I don't know what to say again, because at the point even till date, I'm not just happy about what happened, but that is reality for us. When reality plays, there's nothing we can do. Most times we get to plan, but at the long run, everything has to we plan, but reality has to take its place. Yes, it's not that we, some people or some persons will think maybe you don't plan properly, but that is not the case. If you are at this level, that is 79 feet tall, check it. There are a lot of things. You won't even remember that your camera will start hitting. You won't even remember that it might switch off. You won't even remember that it will shut down. You will not remember all these things. At that height, 79 feet, that is the height. I know in this in the video, if you check the video, I see part of the video, the little part that I managed to get from my phone. So I attach it in the video to make sure that at least I have a part of the adventure, so it won't be like just the other part of the hiking that we only walked, and the other parts, the exit part, and the other, the ending part of the adventure, so it won't be. So I attached this little part of it to show as a proof that I really passed through that part of the adventure, but we lost the file, and there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we could do at that moment. The only thing I can do is to have hope that maybe someday I'll still go back and make another video. Possibly, who knows? I'll still go back there and make another video. I hope. But my promise is that I will make sure I get this part of the adventure. I'll make sure I bring it, and I'll bring it to this platform. It's a must, because it is my responsibility to bring valuable things and share with you guys. Those who are subscribed, those who watch my videos, it's my responsibility to make sure that everything is intact. Losing such file and an interesting part of the video is not something that's worth it. But I have found a system of working now. I found a system of working, and this system will really go a long way to make sure that I don't experience such thing next time. So the aim of making this video is to apologize to you guys, for sticking around and believing in me and waiting, because most times, as a young person who started, creating videos, there are a lot of challenges. I have to make some researches. I found out that even most of these big YouTubers do lose files. I check them, they do lose files, and they always comment as in talk about it, how they lost their file while filming, while working, they lost their file. So I began to like, okay, this is not something that is new, or maybe out of my own mistake, or out of, so I began to understand this is something that has happened to people. But I began to understand that repetition brings freedom. The more you repeat and the more you do things, but we shouldn't repeat more and more in anything we do. But the more you get used to something, you get to know it better. So the aim of this video is to apologize to you guys, and I promise it won't happen again. And I will make sure in my next video everything will be intact. So if you have not watched that video, please do go and watch that video, and just take it how it is presently, and watch it as I get better, as we get better in this channel, and as we grow better. Please accept my apology and support me whenever you see I upload a new video, and make sure you introduce this channel to your loved ones, introduce it to your loved ones, your family and friends. Tell them to subscribe to this channel. I appreciate that, because through that it will help the channel to grow and get better. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being and sticking to this channel. I really appreciate. See you in another video next.